In 2012, Nintendo launched a console that was supposed to change everything. It had a screen in your hands, high-definition worlds, and the promise of something new. At a time when the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 were refining the online experience, Nintendo took a different path, but its bold idea was lost in the noise. This is the story of the Wii U.
An entirely new console from Nintendo that fundamentally changes the relationship between you and your TV, your high-def gaming console, the internet, and how you, your friends, and family all connect. It redefines how you play with home entertainment.
The story of the Wii U began in 2008, when Nintendo recognized several limitations plaguing the original Wii. The general public perceived the system as catering primarily to casual audiences, and Nintendo desperately wanted to recapture core gamers with their next console. Shigeru Miyamoto, the legendary game designer behind Mario, Donkey Kong, and The Legend of Zelda, admitted that the lack of HD capabilities and limited network infrastructure for the Wii contributed to the system being regarded as inferior compared to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Company executives knew that a new console would need significant structural changes, but ideas about which direction to pursue led to extensive debate within Nintendo. The project started over from scratch on several occasions as teams struggled to find the right concept. The idea for the Wii U's touchscreen actually came from a pretty random place. The blue light on the Wii's disc slot that blinked when you got a new message. Miyamoto and his team thought, what if the controller could show little updates like that? Kind of like the tiny VMU screen on the old Sega Dreamcast. Over time, that simple idea grew into something way bigger, a full display that could run the entire game. It was an ambitious concept that Nintendo once thought was too expensive to pull off, but they went for it anyway. After the first rumors in 2008, talk about Nintendo's next console started to build momentum. By 2009, Miyamoto mentioned that motion controls would likely stay, but offered no real details. Reggie Fils-Aimé insisted the Wii still had a long life ahead, while Iwata said they wouldn't move on until the hardware had been fully explored. Then, by 2011, the speculation took shape. Reports of Project Cafe began spreading, a rumored HD system that could play Wii games and possibly feature a tablet-style controller. Then, on April 25, 2011, Nintendo made it official. A new console was coming the following year, with playable demos lined up for E3. Most people assumed it would be the long-awaited Wii 2, the same concept, just upgraded to HD. Instead, Nintendo completely flipped expectations. At E3 2011, Reggie Fils-Aimé took the stage and unveiled Project Cafe to the world, now officially called the Wii U. Right away, it was clear this wasn't just a more powerful Wii. The focus wasn't on motion controls this time, but on a brand new controller that looked like a mix between a tablet and a traditional gamepad. It had a built-in 6.2-inch touchscreen, a camera, motion sensors, and could stream full games directly from the console. Nintendo said the goal was to create deeper gameplay experiences and make gaming more personal, letting one player use the gamepad while others played on the TV. Reggie explained that the Wii U was designed to bring everyone together, while still giving each player their own experience, something he called asymmetric gameplay. The idea was that one person could use the touchscreen to see something different, like managing inventory or setting traps, while others used regular controllers to play on the TV. Nintendo showed off tech demos instead of full games, things like new Super Mario Bros. Me and a Legend of Zelda HD showcase, to demonstrate what the system could do. He also announced Nintendo Network, a new online system built around user accounts instead of those old friend codes, plus support for multiplayer, DLC, and digital games. Iwata added that the gamepad would include NFC technology, letting it connect with figurines and cards, and even handle tap-to-pay microtransactions. The Wii U launched with two bundles, the basic set and the deluxe, known as the premium pack outside the US. The basic version came in white, with 8 GB of storage, a matching gamepad, stylus, and an HDMI cable. The deluxe version stepped it up, a sleek black console with 32 GB of space, a black gamepad, the game Nintendo Land, console and gamepad stands, a sensor bar, and a Nintendo Network Premium bonus. In North America, the prices were $299 for the basic and $349 for the deluxe. But even with the excitement, there was confusion. The controller was the star of the show, and the actual console barely appeared in the presentation. Many viewers thought the gamepad itself was the console, a misunderstanding that would haunt the Wii U for the rest of its life. Just days after the reveal, Nintendo's stock dropped nearly 10%, hitting lows not seen since 2006. Analysts weren't convinced the touchscreen controller was the right move, calling it pricey and less groundbreaking than the original Wii remote. Under the hood, the Wii U was a big step up from the original Wii. It used custom chips from AMD and IBM, finally bringing Nintendo into the HD era. The system had 2 GB of RAM, a huge jump from before. A new Wii U Pro controller was released alongside the console. It was an updated version of the Wii's classic controller designed to appeal to hardcore players, with a more traditional gamepad design resembling those used by the PlayStation and Xbox lines. The Wii U Pro controller was compatible with supported Wii U games, but was not supported by Wii games. The Wii U maintained compatibility with existing Wii Remote and Wii Remote Plus controllers, along with their nunchuck and classic controller attachments. A combination of up to 4 Wii Remotes or Pro controllers could be used simultaneously, and the console could theoretically support up to 2 gamepads. Most software required a Wii sensor bar to use Wii Remotes with the system, though some aspects, such as off-TV play and the Wii mode, allowed the Wii U gamepad to detect Wii Remotes. The Wii U started strong, selling over 3 million units worldwide by the end of 2012. But the momentum didn't last. Sales dropped fast in early 2013, forcing Nintendo to cut its projections. By the end of that fiscal year, the console had sold about 3.5 million units, far below expectations. The Wii U's game lineup was a mix of hits and misses. Even though the console struggled to sell, it delivered some truly standout games that showed off what the gamepad could do when used right. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild stands as the pinnacle achievement of the Wii U era, though its legacy became intertwined with the Nintendo Switch when both versions launched simultaneously in 2017. This open-world Zelda adventure represented everything fans had dreamt of for years, allowing players to climb mountains and venture beyond traditional map boundaries. Stepping off the Great Plateau for the first time and realizing the entire visible landscape could be explored created a sense of freedom. The world felt alive. Shifting weather, changing temperatures, and massive regions that could take nearly an hour to cross on foot made exploration feel endless. The game took the Zelda rulebook and burnt it completely. Players hunted for food instead of collecting hearts, found weapons that break after use, and encountered new enemies to fight. Even 4 years after release, discovering a hidden shrine tucked behind a waterfall or stumbling upon a side quest in an unexpected village kept the adventure feeling fresh. Riding horses across vast landscapes, taming wild bears, and uncovering hidden quests showed the incredible attention to detail that Eiji Aonuma and his team put into every corner of Hyrule. The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess HD proved that Nintendo hadn't abandoned the classic Zelda formula entirely. It was the last traditional Zelda game in the canon, offering quintessential Hyrule gameplay with dungeons, items, and progression that felt comfortably familiar. The HD version received magnificent treatment, with everything from Midna to Hyrule Castle looking spectacular on the Wii U. The game outsold Ocarina of Time, by 900,000 copies, making it the most successful Zelda game ever made until Breath of the Wild arrived in 2017. Super Mario 3D World brought innovation to the Mushroom Kingdom that players didn't know they needed. The game introduced new and exciting features such as Cat Mario power-ups that allowed climbing up walls and pouncing on enemies. The side-scrolling adventure contained so much content that hours vanished while progressing through its cleverly designed stages. Up to 4 people could play either in the same room or online, creating moments of cooperation and hilarious chaos in equal measure. Players could choose from Mario, Toad, Luigi, and Peach, working together to reach the top of the flagpole or accidentally bumping a friend into a pit created memories that defined what Nintendo excelled at, bringing people together through play. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U became one of the console's biggest hits and a major reason to own the system. Released in 2014, it brought the series into HD for the first time, with sharp visuals, smooth 60 FPS gameplay, and the largest roster Nintendo had ever assembled at the time. It also introduced support for Amiibo, letting players train their own AI fighters using the gamepad's NFC reader. The game featured new modes like 8-player Smash, massive stage variety, and online play that actually held up well for the era. While it didn't reinvent the formula, it perfected it, giving fans the most polished version of Smash yet, and helping the Wii U leave its mark on multiplayer gaming. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD captured hearts with its stunning cel-shaded presentation that had aged remarkably well. When the toon version of Link first appeared during the GameCube era, skepticism ran high among fans who wanted something grittier after the dark tones of Majora's Mask. Within 30 seconds of gameplay, however, players became hooked, and the Wii U supercharged all the cartoon action exponentially. Because the game essentially functioned as a large animated feature, upgrading and making colors brighter in high definition must have been straightforward for Nintendo. The transformation turned a great game into a legendary one, with all enemy dying effects and moves looking incredibly slick in glorious HD. Mario Kart 8 arrived as the definitive kart racing experience, blowing players away and serving as one of the main reasons people purchased the console. The 1080p graphics on this game still look absolutely fantastic, with everything having a sparkly gleam that makes it appear superbly new and almost space age. Racing through these courses feels exhilarating, with anti-gravity sections that allowed driving on walls and ceilings, completely changing how tracks could be designed. The tracks are significantly more detailed thanks to flashing lights, branding, and other cool features to observe while trying to hold on to first place. For those who remember feeling bored playing Mario Kart Wii, repeatedly having 16 new tracks plus 16 remastered classic tracks to race around must have felt like experiencing Christmas Day all over again. The option to customize karts and bikes and unlock new parts brought a new dynamic to the series, allowing users to truly delve into the nitty-gritty of their machines and make changes to gain that winning edge. The battle modes proved entertaining, though they disappointed longtime fans by using racetracks instead of dedicated battle arenas, a decision that felt like a missed opportunity. Super Mario Maker became one of the most creative titles Nintendo ever created, allowing gamers to try their hand at building their very own Mario game. Playing through user-created levels was full of surprises. Some were brilliant works of design, others complete chaos from players with too much time on their hands. The title became an instant success on the Wii U and allowed users to play each other's courses through a global network, providing endless levels. The game first came out in September 2015, and it only took 8 months for gamers to amass 7 million different courses to play through. Creating levels became just as addictive as playing them, with the simple drag-and-drop interface making game design accessible to everyone. Pikmin 3 was one of the Wii U's genuine standouts, a game that showed what Nintendo's hardware could do when fully understood. It refined the core ideas of the series, letting players command small armies of Pikmin across lush alien environments while solving intricate puzzles and battling oversized creatures. The removal of the original strict time limit made exploration far more rewarding, and the addition of 2 new Pikmin types, Rock and Winged, introduced fresh layers of strategy that fit perfectly within the series' rhythm. Splatoon was one of Nintendo's biggest surprises, a totally new idea at a time when the company really needed one. It gave the Wii U something it had been missing, a strong online multiplayer game that could actually stand up to what other consoles were offering. Players controlled Inklings, part kid, part squid, splatting paint across every surface to claim territory for their team. It sounded weird on paper, but it worked perfectly in practice. It was fast, fun, and competitive, all without a hint of traditional shooter violence. Classic Nintendo creativity at its best. Still, the Wii U's library had its letdowns. Third-party support dropped off fast, and way faster than Nintendo expected. By mid-2013, major publishers were already backing away. EA admitted it had no Wii U games in development at one point, and while Ubisoft stayed positive publicly, it stopped making exclusives until sales picked up. Bethesda also sat out completely, saying the console just didn't fit the kind of games it was making. In short, the big studios moved on, and that left Nintendo to carry the system mostly on its own. ZombiU could have been an incredible success had the Wii U pulled its weight commercially. This survival horror title set in post-apocalyptic London created genuine tension and fear, something rarely seen in Nintendo's typically family-friendly ecosystem. The game featured a unique permadeath mechanic where players took control of a new survivor each time they died, and the previous character became a zombie roaming the streets. Hunting down the former self to reclaim lost equipment added a clever twist to the survival horror formula. The gamepad functioned as the survivor's bug-out bag, forcing players to look down at the controller screen to manage inventory while zombies could still attack in real time on the television screen. This created moments of genuine panic when sorting through items while groans grew louder in the background. Even with strong first-party titles like Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart 8, the Wii U still struggled to find an audience. Sales just weren't matching the quality of its games. On August 28, 2013, Nintendo announced a price cut for the deluxe model, dropping it from $349 to $299 in North America, right alongside the release of the Wind Waker HD. It was a turning point in strategy, as Nintendo started to realize that lowering the price wouldn't fix the bigger issue. Most people still didn't really understand what the Wii U was. To help boost sales, the company also lowered the wholesale price for retailers, hoping that cheaper shelves would mean better visibility and promotion. Marketing turned out to be one of the Wii U's biggest problems from start to finish. Even Bill Trinan later admitted that Nintendo focused too much on the gamepad before launch. And it showed. People thought it was just an add-on for the Wii, not a whole new console. Commercials highlighted the controller but barely showed the system itself, leaving a lot of families confused. Parents walked into stores asking for the Wii U tablet, not realizing they also needed the console. Even store employees had trouble explaining the difference. And that name, Wii U, didn't help either. It sounded more like an upgrade than a brand new machine. Nintendo attempted to correct course with various bundle offerings that showcased the system's capabilities. Coinciding with the price cut, Nintendo released a limited edition, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD Wii U Deluxe Set bundle. The bundle included a black Wii U console with 32 gigabytes of storage and a black Wii U gamepad decorated with a golden Triforce and other thematic symbols, along with a download code for the game. In North America, buyers also received a digital copy of The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia, a collector's book about the Legend of Zelda series. And that wasn't their only attempt. On October 31, 2013, Nintendo introduced two new Wii U premium pack bundles in Japan called the Family Set. The first included either a black or white Wii U console with 32 gigabytes of storage, a matching gamepad, new Super Mario Bros. U and Wii Party U preloaded, a matching Wii Remote, a Wii sensor bar, and a 30-day trial of the Wii Karaoke U service. The second bundle included all of the previous contents, additionally preloaded with Wii Fit U, and including Nintendo's official Fitmeter pedometer, with the Wii balance board available separately. It was a clear attempt to chase the old Wii fitness crowd, but the moment had passed. People were tracking workouts on their phones now, not balancing on a board in front of the TV. A month later, Nintendo released a Mario and Luigi Deluxe set in North America, with the intention of replacing the original Wii U Deluxe set. The Mario and Luigi bundle contained both New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, packaged as a 2-in-1 disc alongside the console and controller. More bundles rolled out around the world, each aimed at a different audience. But instead of helping, it just made things messier. No one really knew who the Wii U was for anymore. Then in May 2014, Nintendo dropped a Mario Kart 8 bundle for the Wii U. The console, the game, and even a red Wii wheel in North America. To sweeten the deal, registering the game online got you a free download from a list of titles. It was one of Nintendo's biggest pushes yet to get people on board, but it didn't really move the needle. The future of the Wii U was left uncertain with Nintendo's announcement of a new console platform codenamed NX, which was scheduled to be launched worldwide in March 2017. Nintendo stated that NX would have a brand new concept and not be a direct successor to the Wii U or 3DS product lines. In an interview, Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima admitted that the Wii U will start to slow down after the launch of NX, but I believe this new system will have a much bigger impact than its predecessor. The announcement that Breath of the Wild was in development for both Wii U and NX further supported Nintendo's view of the console as being a new product line rather than a replacement for existing hardware. The new platform, now known as the Nintendo Switch, was officially announced on October 20th, 2016. After the Switch reveal, Nintendo confirmed it was winding down Wii U production. By November 2016, the company announced that manufacturing in Japan would soon stop, and the last North American shipments for the year were already on their way out. In an interview, Reggie Fils-Aimé called the Wii U a necessary step toward creating the Nintendo Switch. He compared it to the GameCube, not a huge seller, but one fans would remember fondly. Reggie explained that the system's struggles, especially the lack of third-party support, helped shape how Nintendo approached the Switch. He said they made sure the new console's vision was crystal clear and had strong backing from developers big and small. By early 2017, Reggie confirmed that Breath of the Wild would be the Wii U's final first-party title, and by the end of January, Nintendo officially ended production worldwide. Most of the Wii U's popular exclusive games have been re-released on the Switch, giving these titles a second life on more successful hardware. Games like Mario Kart 8 received expanded versions as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, while Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, and New Super Mario Bros. U all found new audiences on the Switch. The Wii U laid the groundwork for the Nintendo Switch. Its ideas, off-TV play, touchscreen controls, and flexible gaming all evolved into what the Switch does so well. Nintendo fixed what went wrong with clearer messaging and stronger third-party support. The results speak for themselves. The Wii U sold about 13.5 million units, while the Switch has passed 140 million, becoming one of the best-selling consoles ever. In the end, the Wii U wasn't a failure so much as a lesson, a strange, ambitious experiment that pushed Nintendo to rediscover what makes its system special. It stumbled so the Switch could soar, and for that, it remains one of the most important missteps in gaming history. If you enjoyed this deep dive, leave a like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. See you next time.